The whole idea that there'll be another Michael Jordan, a ridiculous idea, no matter how good, how exciting, how worthy any new player may be. This guy may be the greatest player who ever played. Michael Jordan, almost by acclamation, he is. And he's got a combination of personal qualities and team qualities with all the championships that will be very hard for anyone else to match. There won't be another Michael Jordan, will there?
It will probably be that no one can dominate the game the way Michael has, but I think there are some pretty good candidates who wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
And probably no one can dominate the television ratings the way Michael Jordan has. The league will remain popular, but every indication is that if you've got Michael Jordan on TV, the ratings get a bump in a way that no other athlete provides in any other sport, maybe ever in the modern era.
Kobe Bryant, are you the next Michael Jordan?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think there'll ever be another Michael Jordan. There's just different players that come along, add their own flair to the game, and I'm just going to continue to work hard. And, people label me as being that. That's fine with me. I just take it as a compliment.
Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon, late afternoon, everybody. It is your boy Louis on the Louis Sports Network. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday afternoon. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure your post notifications are turned on. Make sure you're sharing on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. And as you can see on the shirt, it's money, as in MJ Monday money. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, according to reports, as I found out a couple of hours ago, for those who don't know, it is reported that the greatest player of all time, money, as it says on the shirt, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, will be returning to the NBA spotlight as a featured contributor on the NBA on NBC as it starts for the 2025-2026 season. The NBA and NBC have partnered up for an 11-year contract that I believe is supposed to go into the 2036-2037 season. So we get 11 years of NBA on NBC as it comes back. Now, I don't know who exactly is going to be on the NBC team when we're going to have NBA on NBC games, but I do know that I think that the play-by-play people are going to be, so far that I know of, it's going to be Noah Eagle, who is the son of Hall of Fame broadcaster Ian Eagle, and I've heard him talk before, but I know that. When I've heard Noah do college basketball games, he sounds like his father. That's how crazy. You would think that Ian is doing a younger version of Ian Eagle. It's crazy. But you would think that Ian was doing the games when Noah talks. So he's just like his dad. He even looks like his dad too, which is crazy. So you have Noah Eagle, and you have Mike Tirico. And then you also have Charles Barkley going to ESPN as well, which is another big thing. So there's some big changes coming up this year for the 2025-2026 season. But anyway, I want to get back to Michael Jordan because that's what the feature is on. As you can see, if you're loving the merch, if you're loving the shirt, you can see that money shirt right here. Bulls 23 MJ. How many rings he got? You already know. 6, just like the record. 6-0 in the finals. The unstoppable greatest of all time. That is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jordan will be back. He is going to be a key contributor on NBC. They did a video message earlier, and Michael Jordan was saying that he was excited to be back. And I'm going to look at the Sports Stack article because this is sportsstack.com. So it says Michael Jordan returns to the NBA spotlight as part of NBC's sports team. And it says that, so as you guys know, the NBA on NBC is one of the most, it was pretty much, you want to probably say the golden age of basketball when it came to nostalgia, when it came to the rivalries, when it came to, you guys know, when that music would hit and you would have your double and triple headers, especially you had your game of the weeks. It was just an amazing time as a basketball fan. If you know about the Round Ball Rock song by John Tesh, shout out to John Tesh, who made the theme song for the NBA on NBC. It's the song that got me so hyped to watch NBA games and watch the teams play because it was about not just your favorite players, but it was about your favorite teams, and it was about basketball, right? So NBC is returning to the NBA broadcasting for the first time since 2002. Jordan's addition to the NBC broadcast team signals a nostalgic and strategic move. And I will get into LeBron James and what does this mean for him. But right now, I just want to focus on Jordan since he is right now the breaking news that happened. So, as I'm reading from sportstacks.com, basketball icon Michael Jordan is stepping back into the NBA spotlight, not as a player or a team owner, but this time as a media contributor. NBC Sports officially announced on Monday that the six-time NBA champion will be joining its broadcast team for NBA coverage beginning with the 2025-2026 season. Excuse me. NBC Universal confirmed Jordan's return to the NBA world during its major upfront presentation at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. While specific details about Jordan's on-air responsibilities have not yet been disclosed, NBC stated that they will be shared at a later date. In a video message played during the event, Jordan expressed his excitement, saying, "I'm so excited to see the NBA back on NBC. The NBA on NBC was a meaningful part of my career, and I'm excited about being a special contributor to the project. I'm looking forward to seeing you all when the NBA on NBC launches this October." A legendary career comes full circle. So we talk about how Michael's widely hailed as the greatest basketball player of all time. His resume includes 6 NBA championships. You guys know the deal. 6 finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, 14 All-NBA All-Star selections, 10 scoring titles, the most in NBA history. Career best average of 30.1 points per game, which is still the best in league history. 2-time Olympic gold medalist with Team USA, both in '84, who went 8-0 against the NBA's competition, and then obviously the historic Dream Team of '92. And he was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 2009. Okay. So after a 15-year career split between the Bulls and the Wizards, he became a majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets, in which he had held until 2023. He was the owner of the Bobcats at the time, and then they changed the name to the Hornets. But Jordan has not been active in basketball in any way, shape, or form for over 2 years. So now the NBA and NBC reunite after 2 decades. NBA is returning to broadcasting. The network was home to the league from 1990 to 2002, a golden era that coincided with Jordan's dominance as on the court. In July of 2024, NBC struck a new 11-year media rights agreement with the NBA that begins with the 25-26 season. NBA Sports President Rick Cordella celebrated the announcement, stating, "Michael's legacy, both on and off the court, speak for itself. We're incredibly proud to have him join our coverage." Jordan's addition to the NBC broadcast team signals a nostalgic and strategic move as the network reboots its iconic NBA on NBC brand for a new generation of fans. Now, I'm going to do a full breakdown of what this means. The reason I'm saying this is because I want to tell you why the NBA decided to bring Jordan back, in terms of my opinion, and what does this mean for LeBron James, okay? This is why, because they're going to be the 2 centerpieces that are going to be talked about. Remember, the NBA playoffs are still going on, but LeBron's Mind the Game podcast and LeBron James' constant use of social media have dominated the headlines more than the NBA playoffs itself, right? Now, LeBron's latest excuse train has been about the other guys that are on the team as to why LeBron and Luka lost against the Minnesota Timberwolves, that it's about the 8 other guys that are on the team, that it's not just about LeBron and Luka on why they lost, and how he doesn't lose sleep over the fact that he lost, okay? Anyway, so the NBA, to me, did this as a strategic move, as a foundational piece to eventually remove LeBron James from the NBA. Because you have to ask yourself, LeBron was contemplating retirement, but it was just announced that he's returning for his 23rd season in the NBA. The number 23. 23rd season, and yet on MJ Monday, because today is Monday, and we usually do MJ Mondays on social media, it's announced that Michael Jordan is coming back as a contributor to the NBA on NBC, since it's ESPN's real last year really doing games when it comes to, I believe they're still going to be doing games, but it's just that now the NBA on NBC is really going to dominate this whole thing now. So Now you have to say this is a strategic move by the NBA because of the ratings. They're relying on a 40-year-old who no longer brings the ratings and has really been one of the biggest reasons why there's a decline in viewership. And it's been nothing but a clown show. You have former players now more than ever coming out and telling the truth about LeBron James when LeBron continues to control the narrative and make excuses about his career and make excuses about his teammates and the teams that he plays for. And Jordan's move was to boost the ratings up. And I also think that it's a move that is going to help promote the rest of the players in the NBA. And I believe that it's actually going to be focused on basketball. I don't know what Jordan's role is yet, as you heard in the article. But if it's anything to where he's becoming an analyst and really analyzing the game, people are going to want to listen to Michael Jordan, because every time you see here's the thing that people also got to understand. Jordan is regarded as being such an eloquent speaker when he's doing interviews. He always knows when to say the right thing. You could say that he's playing politics, whatever the case may be. The bottom line is, when Jordan speaks, everybody's going to tune in. His presence alone is going to generate viewership. The man has not played basketball in over 2 decades, and his presence and just listening to him talk basketball, people are going to tune in. You saw what The Last Dance did on that 10-part documentary, because all eyes were on Michael Jordan. Yeah, it's about the Chicago Bulls and the success that they had, Pippen and all the other players. But again, it's going to start and end with Michael because of what he meant to not only the Bulls organization, but what he meant to the NBA. And now he's going to mean a lot more to the NBA right now that we're starting fresh with the NBA on NBC. And this is just a way to, in my opinion, with Jordan now in the NBA again, with the NBA on NBC, I really feel like it's going to change, I feel like, the mentality of the players in the NBA, knowing that now Jordan is going to be part of NBA on NBC. Who knows? Maybe the league might get more competitive again. Maybe the players in the NBA will take the game more seriously. Maybe that is not just going to be about not only about the branding, but actually teaching players about the love of the game, because Jordan's going to be watching now. And they're so excited. So Adam Silverspoon, Barnacle Boy, Voldemort, his plan to me is to low-key flush LeBron James out of the NBA. Because the Lakers are a clown show, because Jeannie Busted Down continues to let LeBron to do whatever he wants. And as she said, LeBron is one of the top 5 most important Lakers in NBA history. I'm sorry, not NBA history, in Laker history. What does this mean for LeBron James? It's so funny that in your 23rd season, Michael Jordan is back. The real 23. Not the phony 23, the real 23. The 23 that you've been trying to emulate your whole career. You decide to change number to number 6, do the same thing that both Jordan and Kobe did. You thought that you were doing it better. Anyway, this is what I'm going to say to LeBron James. You better get your excuses out now. And your farewell tour needs to happen pretty soon. But I know that LeBron is not going to give the Lakers a farewell tour. And I know that LeBron is not happy that Michael Jordan is back. And it's so funny that it's happened. Michael Jordan comes back when LeBron announces he's returning for a 23rd season. Boom, Michael Jordan is part of NBA on NBC. It's basically saying that even in retirement, the real 23 has to come back and save the NBA. That's what this is saying. The real 23, even though I'm not playing, has to come back and be Superman. He has to come out of retirement and be Superman to save the NBA from its declining ratings. LeBron James, you know that your time is near. And what you're hoping to do is you're waiting for Bryce to get into the NBA so that you can continue to be talked about, so that your clutch plants and your La Media cronies continue to talk about you, and then your fanboys will continue to talk, and then they'll say, oh, why is Michael Jordan in the NBA? Didn't he retire? See, do y'all remember when Channing Frye said that nostalgia of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is killing the NBA? But he'll never talk about why his boyfriend, LeBron James, his teammate, has not helped the NBA rise from its ratings. It's been nothing but a circus show with LeBron James. He constantly makes excuses about his career. He can't own up to the accountability that he's supposed to have. You're supposed to have integrity, and LeBron doesn't have integrity towards the game. His fanboys continue to say, oh, LeBron is playing for the love of the game. No, LeBron is playing so that he doesn't be forgotten. It's not about the love of the game. LeBron is playing so that he doesn't be forgotten. Now that Michael Jordan is here, this is going to potentially be the foundational piece, as I said, for the nail in the coffin. You're probably going to say to yourself, man, you sound like you hate LeBron. I hate his antics. LeBron comes to you as this, he acted humble in the beginning of his career, but ever since he's gone to Miami, everything it's always been about narratives now. And it's all fake humility. It's like he'll give fake praise to his teammates. And remember, when I win, it's all about me. I'm the reason I did this. This right here may be the greatest player of all time. But when we lose, oh, it's just basketball. Oh, there's 8 other guys on the team. It's not just me and Luka. Oh, I don't understand why they say, oh, why me and Luka lost. So it's like now you're trying to connect Luka when your head coach, who you forced the Lakers to hire, your podcast coach, who's nothing but a podcaster, he threw Luka under the bus. But you want to pretend like you're defending Luka, and you also pulled off a Kobe Bryant and said, well, I don't need to tell Luka to sign with the Lakers. Like, that's his choice to sign with the Lakers. Like, it's up to him if he wants to sign with the Lakers. And this is what I'm talking about. You guys have to pay attention. LeBron just continues to he always likes to throw small intricates of Jordan and Kobe. Things that they've done or said, LeBron repeats. You guys got to pay attention to that. He keeps doing that. It's like people are not paying attention. Kobe Bryant said about Dwight Howard when the media asked him about it at the end of the 2013 season. He said, I don't need to convince Dwight or anybody to sign with the purple and gold. I mean, it's the purple and gold. Like, if you don't understand what the Lakers are all about, and if you don't want to sign, then it's like, there's no reason for you to be here. LeBron says the same thing in a similar way about Luka Doncic. It's like, he's got to do what's best for him. Like, I'm not going to tell him, what to sign. And then Kendrick Perkins goes off and says, well, LeBron does owe a responsibility because didn't you get J.J. Redick? Didn't you force the Lakers to hire your son, to draft your son? This is why I said that LeBron James is going to do everything he can to be connected to Michael Jordan. Like, it's already been happening since 2015, but it's going to continue now more so. LeBron is basically looking at it as like, oh, you think that you're going to dominate headlines? I don't think so. You are going to talk about, then I'm going to talk about with you. And guess what? You just gave ESPN and Fox News and Fox Sports, you gave them more content. And basically you gave the content creators, YouTube content creators, more content. Because now it's just going to be about Jordan and LeBron. This is strategic because we're going to continue to talk about Jordan and LeBron. See, the hope was for Jordan to be back is to force LeBron out the game so that they could promote the other players in the NBA, because it's really the best players are international players. That's crazy. You got Jokic, Luka, Giannis, SGA right now. Like they're the cream of the crop. I mean, Joel Embiid, technically he's top 10 because I just feel like he's overrated. I don't feel like he's a top 5 player. He should be. To me, Embiid should be top 3. Like he's a top 3 talent, but I just don't see him as a top 5 player just because time and time again he's proven that he's nothing but an excuse making center. But getting back to Jordan and LeBron, ladies and gentlemen, this was bombshell news because now What does this mean? What's the future going to hold for the NBA now? LeBron, this is the final curtain. As The Rock says, for those who know the people's champ, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it's not about Act 1. It's not about Act 2. It's about Act 3. LeBron James has now become what Triple H told Edge about Mick Foley. He says, see, Foley's like a turd. No matter how many times you flush down the toilet, it just keeps finding a way to float itself back up to the surface. Back up to the surface of the toilet bowl. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think LeBron James's days are numbered. LeBron has to hope that Bronny continues to get better so that the media could talk about Bronny. Because you know he's going to be a talk. He's there to make money. Just another way to sell the money and make tickets. And then LeBron is hoping that Bryce gets into the NBA. Because I know he's going to use it as a way to troll Michael Jordan and get his attention. See, my sons got into the NBA. My sons are good. I got them guaranteed contracts. It's all about me. That's how much, to me, LeBron is obsessed. LeBron does not care about basketball anymore. See, when LeBron did not have championships, he did want to win. But knowing that he's been, for the last 11 seasons, campaigning that he's the greatest player of all time, and Michael Jordan is still, for the most part, universally regarded as the greatest of all time, championships don't matter to LeBron anymore. It's like, and the thing is, part of the reason that he's still playing is because he doesn't want Steph Curry to get ring number 5. Because if he gets ring number 5 before he does, it will kill LeBron's GOAT case. And his GOAT case, he doesn't really have a GOAT case. But if you want to believe that he does have a GOAT case, he's hanging on by a thread. Let's just play devil's advocate. He's just hanging on by a thread because, quite honestly, he doesn't really have one. It sailed in 2011. It's just that the media, the talking heads, and especially the fanboys of LeBron, they've been doing everything they can to keep hope alive. But there was never any hope. It's not a real debate. The ship sailed a long time ago. And so, yeah, LeBron is playing for several things. He's been linked to the Diddy tapes. He has been linked to Balco and steroids. Has still not addressed the P. Diddy stuff. Has not addressed Jay-Z. Has not addressed Chael Sonnen when he accused him of PEDs. I remember Kevin Garnett called him out and said he was on that juice, and LeBron never checked him. Didn't say anything. LeBron picks and chooses battles, but we want to say that LeBron was standing on business when he confronted Stephen A. Smith, with Markieff Morris standing next to him. Wow, what a real man you are, LeBron James. What a real man. This all had to do about Stephen A. Smith not acknowledging you as the greatest of all time, because in Stephen A. Snitch's own words, he's witnessed greatness. So I just don't think that you're top 2. I don't think you're top 2. And what's hurting you even more is the longer you play, the more negative statistical records you're going to pile up that the media doesn't want to talk about. They want to link you to other players, and they want to link you to made-up statistics of how great you are. They're promoting you knowing that you have failed to live up to the Jordan standard. Let me repeat myself again, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron has failed to live up to the standard of Jordan, which is why LeBron, his minions, and the media have lowered the standard for today's players. That's the issue. So fanboys, I am not talking about that James has had a failed career. He's been a Laker failure. He promised 8 championships because LeBron James thought he was going to dominate his era like Michael Jordan did and failed to do so. Statistically, he was dominant. But winning-wise, he wasn't. Yeah, he's a 4-time champion, 4-time finals MVP, 4-time regular season MVP. LeBron has won. He's a Hall of Fame career behind Michael Jordan. You know what that is? You know what that is? You're a Hall of Fame career behind Michael Jordan. You're not in his level. LeBron has tried to do Space Jam. LeBron wears 23 because of MJ. LeBron has made his own pair of Deion Sanders shoes thinking that he's prime time. See, LeBron has no originality. Everything that he does, he copies off of somebody else. LeBron is Mr. Jack of all trades. This is why people say that that the NBA on NBC was the golden age of basketball. Yeah, Channing Frye talks about that nostalgia is killing the game. No, your boy LeClown James has ridiculed the NBA and made it a disaster. It's not just the Steph Curry three-point shooting that teams have copied. Everything is about drama and not about basketball. See, at least with the 90s, the drama was added to the basketball, which is what made the storytelling more compelling. We don't have any rivalries in the NBA. And I think what Jordan is going to do is Jordan is going to bring truth to the game if he happens to analyze it. I don't know what contribution he's going to do, but if he happens to be an analyst, you best believe that people are going to tune in because of him. And if they're asking for his opinion on what he thinks about certain players, you're going to see Jordan is going to bring his expertise. And once that happens, you're going to see. People forget that the league is sponsored by Jordan. The NBA jerseys that the players wear are sponsored by Jordan. When were the jerseys ever sponsored by LeBron? People are not thinking, man. So like I said before, LeBron, your time is coming to an end. But I know that you're strategically staying, knowing that you know that MJ is now back so that you can continue your narratives, sir. I already know. This is all about your narratives. I know. But sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this was a longer video, but I just wanted to share that. I'm excited that the NBA is back on NBC. I like that the music is back. The only thing that I really hope is that we focus more on the post play again. I'm not expecting the NBA to get back to the golden age. What I do hope is that the NBA focuses more on basketball and promotes its star and promotes the players that are in the NBA. I really hope that they do this because I think once they do that, you'll really see fans come back to actually watch because it's going to be the storytelling is going to be great. We're going to get to focus on basketball, and it's going to be about basketball. It's not going to be about drama. It's not going to be about narratives. It's not going to be about excuses. It's not going to be about it's not going to be pointing. We're going to bring back some integrity to the game. And that's what I hope happens. I want it to be on the game. So please, let's get back to basketball. Hopefully we get that with the start of Michael Jordan returning. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been it was a long video, but I just had to do a full breakdown of like what Jordan's hiring means for the NBA and what does it mean for LeBron James. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section on this long video. But anyway, bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.